Ja, moin Leute, bei dem zweiten Let's Play von Game of Thrones Staffel 1. Und ja, wir schnacken hier mal nicht so lange rum und fangen gleich an. So. Ja, hier sind wir stehen geblieben und hier machen wir auch weiter.
Thank you, my lady. And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
Kind. I need your
And your
help, my
poor
mother
family as well.
I need your help.
I need your help, my lady. Of course, and I will help you in any way I can. But there's another matter we must attend to first. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself.
I'm no traitor.
I'm not a traitor. Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you, and by extension, me. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her.
Game of
I wouldn't
Thrones
ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near. I'll do as you ask, my lady.
Aber zurzeit ist ein bisschen
I knew I
langweilig.
could trust you. Humor her. Tell her what she
Sie
wants
hat
to
unsere
hear.
Loyalität.
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
Rausgefunden, oder? Ich weiß, dass wir mal loyal sind. Okay, auf jeden Fall beste Grafik.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another. Good luck. You can do this.
Okay, jetzt können wir uns auch bewegen. Rumgucken aber nicht. Nur nach vorne gehen. Ah, den kleinen
Lady
Müllputz.
Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord
Ich mag
Tyrion.
den nicht.
Your Grace?
Von seinem Charakter her.
With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester. I will speak truly, Your Grace.
I should hope so. Speak falsely, and it'll be worse for you.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Yeah.
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true king.
Natürlich, wir wollen ein bisschen
The
beeindrucken.
one true king. Yet she didn't say which. The girl is clever.
She only
I
meant...
don't care what she meant. I care what she said. I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the north.
If you would give her the chance to explain...
Perhaps she can explain why the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
They are noble, not traitors, Your Grace.
Oh, you northern girls tire me. Always quick to make your opinion known, with no thought or consideration for your proper place.
Lady
Ich weiß
Mira
nicht, ich glaub,
is northern, Your Grace, and new to King's
das hat sie
Landing and
nicht
its
beeindruckt.
politics. She speaks her mind, but means no offense, Your Grace.
Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Absolutely, he is the new Warden Roose Bolton as of the Starks.
Yes, Your Grace. Absolutely.
I see. Despite the fact Roose Bolton allied with Walder Frey.
Komm, irgendwie
If
schaffen
it was
wir das
me,
schon.
I'd find it difficult to so quickly forgive the men who killed my father. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
To our mutual benefit, Your Grace.
And at the pleasure of your king. It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
There are limits, Your Grace.
Perhaps, but not if your house faces potential ruin.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the wall? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
She was just following her heart, Your Grace.
And the very same heart so quickly led her to my son.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty
Und
to a
wahrscheinlich
king, that must be
bald,
absolute,
vielleicht
beyond
kann ich ihn ja
question.
überreden, also ich weiß es jetzt noch
And
nicht.
if your loyalties were to
Aber
become
schaut mal bei
conflicted between your king and the very
Luki
person who you
und
serve, what would you do then?
Noahs Let's Plays aus, oder
I'm sure she
ja,
The girl answered
auf jeden
the
Fall
question.
kommt er dann.
Go
Und
on.
ich
King,
finde, er
of
hat heute
course.
auch einen sehr guten Livestream gemacht von
Well said.
Mad Max.
I
Und
was
ich
beginning to
finde,
worry you didn't have
er
your
ist eigentlich schon
priorities straight.
ein sehr guter YouTuber. Also ich kann nichts von mir sagen, ne? Ich meine, ne? Ich habe hier 6 Abonnenten oder so.
She
Aber
is
ich
a
meine
threat
einfach
to the
nur,
crown, isn't
wenn
she?
ihr wollt, könnt ihr
The most
auf ihn
dangerous
zugreifen und mal
handmaiden in
gucken,
all
was
of
er
King's
so macht.
Landing.
Und
I'm not
ja,
quite sure what to make
vielleicht
of
machen
her.
wir beide eine
Not
Partnerschaft,
surprising,
aber
I suppose, for a northern girl. But not very
ja,
encouraging either.
ist halt schwer ein bisschen ihn zu überreden, weil andere wollen halt auch.
I'd
Und
like a word with you, if I
kann ich
may.
ihn auch verstehen.
Of course, Your Grace.
Und jetzt kommen wir wieder zurück zu Game of Thrones.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss.
Boltons have no honor.
These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady
Ja,
Marjorie
heute
was
machen wir
humiliated,
vielleicht nur so
although
18
Cersei seemed
Minuten
quite
oder so.
pleased.
Ich will nicht so lange.
It was quite the first
Heute
impression.
I
kommt,
don't particularly like her.
Yet you did your best to please.
heute
You'll
kommt
do
noch
well here in
ein
King's Landing.
anderes Let's Play.
My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood,
You
and I
could-
speak for the crown in this regard. Not her.
I wouldn't want to anger Cersei.
And you'd be wise not to. But I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure Ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
Yes, I am.
It may be far too dangerous.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival.
Good night, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Es sieht so aus, als wäre es da Mittag oder morgens, aber es ist einfach abends. Okay, ist doch voll hell.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking
Not
at you
so
as though you're
great,
nothing.
ja. Es war
It
nicht so
didn't go
gut.
very well.
I'm sorry. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. But at least it's over now. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime, I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a
Put
paramour.
it back.
Put it back.
We're just having a bit of fun. That's probably for the best. I've heard he's a bit perverse. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
I'd
For
marry
my family.
anyone if it helped my family.
Right, of course. Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well,
We're sorry, my lady. We were just having fun.
this is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
Sarah's right.
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly. You were brave agreeing to obey the Boltons. That cannot have been easy. I know you must fear what Lord Bolton might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
Ask for help.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
I prefer to speak with you alone.
Das wird sie sich richtig merken, aber muss man halt machen.
Go on.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire? Joffrey will not look favorably on such a request.
My mother feels it is urgent, my lady. She's unfamiliar with King's Landing and its politics. I hope you can understand that.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Und genau da machen wir morgen oder übermorgen weiter. Und ich verabschiede mich. Bis dann.